Hello and good morning. Chairpersons of the board, honorable judge, worthy opponents, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matthew. We, the negative, accept the definition of the resolution offered by the first affirmative. My partner and I are here to confidently articulate that the homeschool programs across the United States are in perfect working order. Now, then, with the affirmative's draconian regulation measures that they want to put into place, homeschool does not need reform. With the adoption of their federal policy, we're losing more than we are getting. With more regulation comes less freedom of choice. Parents are free to move to whichever state they please and enroll their child into that state's personal homeschool ideology. You have 50 ideologies to choose from. Why restrict it to just one when everybody thinks that everybody should be educated, with those rules and regulations? I think having 50 choices to do what you want is better than just having one. Widespread adoption would dampen this freedom. It would also be more expensive, increasing the costs of the taxpayers and possibly the parents. If we increase this cost it takes for students to be homeschooled, and poor families cannot afford these new costs, which is around $600 per family right now, how is this in any way fair to the child? It's not guaranteed to actually solve any of these issues. As homeschooling stands now, we think there does not need to be any significant changes to the current system. It is tailored to the way the parents need it to raise their own son or daughter in their own best interest. Why reform a system that currently works? In 2015, according to Ryan Camille L. and Kurt Ballman, in educational attainment in the United States, almost 9 out of 10 adults, 88%, had at least a high school diploma or GED, while nearly 1 in 3 adults, 33%, held a bachelor's or higher degree. So as it stands now, most of the country is pretty well educated, and there really is no problem with making sure that the students that are homeschooled, which is a small subset of the country, about 2.3 million, from Brian D., PhD, in the National Home Education Research Institute, there are about 2.3 million home-educated students in the United States. This is up from one estimate that there were about 2 million children home-educated during the spring of 2010. Homeschool is appearing to be a mainstream trend, growing from 2003 to 2012 from a population by 61.8%. And it continues to grow 2 to 8% per year. So the inherency is this: the status quo is normal and good. We have freedom of choice to choose where parents can raise their child. Regulation of homeschool would offset costs to be more in line with public education, increasing the cost for the parents. We don't want that. With these draconian measures in place, we have the less freedom of choice, it's more expensive, not guaranteed to actually solve the practicality of any kind of niche abuse and neglect issues. So we, the negative, are opposed to the affirmatives policy, and things should stay the way they are. Interfering with what works will only do harm. So this begs the question, why should we regulate? When currently successful parents have the freedom of choice to go wherever they please across the states and choose the best regulatory option to homeschool their child. We are the land of the free, and it should stay that way in regards to the amount of flexibility we have with homeschooling. "18-year-old Claire Dixon is entered into Harvard College for the fall of 2015, which is known for their record low 5.3% acceptance rate. She is a homeschooled student." This is retrieved from Business Insider, 2016. And then I would also bring up that additional regulatory pressures will cause unhappiness in the home. From the Homeschooling HSLDA. In the current system, taking all things into consideration, 59% of the subjects reported that they were very happy with life, with another 39% declaring that they were very happy. Life is exciting for most, 73%. When compared to the general population of the United States, homeschool graduates are just more content. Thank you, as I was saying.